Moment in the Rain by Betsy Miller. I used to love the sound of the rain on the roof at night. It was raining hard the night the harp was delivered. I was holed up in the small cottage Ryan and I had rented near Sonoma back when I waitressed for a fancy inn that did a lot with figs and goat cheese. It must have been a Monday, my night off. I was asleep on the couch when the doorbell woke me. Ryan wasn't due home for another few days, but still I went to the door. I peered through the peephole and saw a flash of headlights on the road. I blinked away the afterimage and recognized a package on the front porch. I went to get scissors, then turned back, and when the sound of the wind and rushing rain filled the room. A woman stood next to the package, the door ajar behind her. She was maybe 5 feet tall at the most, wearing a deep blue cloak, like someone from a Renaissance fair. She had milk-white skin, black hair with a widow's peak, and eyes like storm clouds. "Can I help you?" I said, reflexively channeling my waitressing script. "I came with the harp," she said. "Oh, you're Irish. I love your accent." She nodded. "I'm Lizzie," I said. "Rasheen, a rose to you." Hang on a sec. I got my purse and dug out a 10 for a tip. "Thanks for taking the trouble. It's pretty wild out there tonight." I held out a 10, but she didn't take it. I closed the door and the room grew quiet. I set about unpacking the harp. It was as beautiful as I remembered. It looked out of place in the ordinary living room, more fitting for a pub with a fireplace or a stone cottage someplace where people still put out milk for fairies. But I wanted to hold on to the place where Ryan had proposed. The ring on my finger still felt new. Ryan had needed to go on a business trip to Dublin. He was in tech, so we'd gone over early for vacation, and he'd stayed after I'd left. We had found the harp in a curious little shop in the countryside on one of our day trips. Ryan bought it for me on the spot, and my heart lifted with happiness at the memory. "I want to learn to play," I said, and ran my hand along the smooth wood, let my fingers brush against the string. "Maybe we'll have a harpist at the wedding," I smiled, remembering the warmth of Ryan's laugh. "Do you play?" "No. I used to sing at funerals." "Wow, that's intense. Is that an Irish thing?" "Yes. But now I sing the moment, and only for the Irish and their descendants." "The moment," I said, thinking that sounded sort of hippy-dippy, but then again, she was wearing a cape. "The moment of death, for the family of the one who's gone, or going." She tilted her head, staring at me. The air seemed charged and heavy now, as if lightning were about to strike. I could feel the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. A thought pushed at the back of my mind about those fairy legends I'd read on vacation. "You should go now," I said. "You love him very much, I can feel that." She reached out and touched my hand. Her fingers were icy, and I felt the chill moving up my arm. I jerked my hand away, but the cold stayed with me. "No," I said. The air was dense and hard to breathe. She looked at me steadily. "Banshee." The word rose up in my mind. A terrible grief. "You know me now, and that's a fact," she said. This woman was impossible. But every cell in my body knew her without question. I fought back with words. "I'm not Irish, and Ryan, he's not my family. Not yet, not until the wedding." "True enough." She dropped to her knees, eyes level with my navel. "But it isn't you I came to sing to." She opened her mouth and sang, a high, keening sound filled with all the wildness of the storm outside and all the sadness in the world. The pain of terrible loss weighed me down like stones piled onto my heart. The room faded. faded and I was there, with Ryan, watching helpless through his eyes, his car skidding on the dark, rain-slicked freeway. The oncoming SUV hydroplaning, spinning toward him. "Lizzie," he said, once. Then everything went black. I was alone in the living room with the harp gleaming softly in the lamplight and the sound of rain on the roof, thinking.